Don't assume it has anything to do with your food. It's unlikely that it's really about food.
Says, I'm feeling sad and alone, and this is a huge problem for me for not being invited to many occasions because people feel that I don't eat like them.
And again, this is a conversation because it's not always what you think, right? People often will do, so this is actually part of the training in my group, is like thoughts that hold you back. And so one of them is fortune telling or predicting or, trying to be psychic. Like you assume you know why people do what they do, and it's a negative reason, and then you feel bad. So it's like saying, I don't get invited to things because I'm plant-based. And so I can either be healthy or have a social life, right? That's not the reality. Maybe they're not inviting you because they think you're not going to want to come because you don't eat what they eat, right? So one of the things you could do is just say, hey guys, if you're getting together, I'd love to be able to hang out with you. And don't worry about the food, I'll bring my own. And then they'll be like, oh, AJ wants to come? Okay, cool. We'll just let you know, and she'll bring something that's fine. Right? Sometimes people think they're doing something nice for you because they're like, and sometimes it's gonna, like if someone's going to a Brazilian steakhouse, I don't want to go. Don't invite me. I'm not gonna go, right? I've seen their salad bars. There's nothing. It's not even a salad. It's like tomato. And I don't want to be in that environment. So I wouldn't feel hurt if someone didn't invite me to that. But if you're not getting invited to things, I would actually ask the question why. Just like AJ's going to ask now, like, why do you need me to eat this? You could just say like, hey, I've been missing you. And I'd love to get together, and then get together with them. And then you can say to them, hey, by the way, I don't know if like, you worry about my eating or anything, but if you guys get together, I'd love to hang out, and don't worry about the food. I'll bring my own. So it might just be that they think they're being compassionate when really, it feels like being iced out. The example I always like to give is when I was in California, my nurse, I was the medical director of the nonprofit, and I had this nurse. And it was kind of funny because I was the youngest medical director and I was a woman. So I was like 32, right? And then my nurse was a 50-year-old guy. And so people always came in and thought he was the doctor and I was the nurse. But he was a really, really cool nurse. And he used to have these karaoke parties every Friday. And they were always potluck, BYOB, so he wouldn't have to do anything. Just everyone get together, sing karaoke. Tom and I were the only people who were plant-based and not drinking. And we had a great time. Everyone would come with just junk, like just all sorts of just death food, right? And we would always, just because we were busy and didn't feel like cooking, we'd just bring a big veggie platter from Costco, but we'd throw away the ranch and we'd put a big thing of guacamole in the middle. And him and I would sit by that and eat it, and we'd bring some tea, and then we would sing our hearts out. And we had a blast, right? The reason people always invited us, they didn't care about what we were eating. They loved that we were fun. We would dance and sing and like just laugh and have a great time. And that was all that's what mattered. And in fact, at some point, each of them would come over and be like, wow, you guys are in really good shape. Like, tell me more about what you're doing. I noticed you brought your veggies. Like, what is that? So what you eat is not going to be the reason why people invite or don't invite you in terms of like, they're mad that you're eating vegetables. Like, that's not the real reason. So it could be that they really are trying to be compassionate to you and they don't realize that you're feeling isolated. So invite them over. Have a raw potluck or have a plant-based potluck. Invite them over. Show them that you want to be their friend. And then you can kind of naturally bring it up. If it really is that, then that's not a friend. Like, why would it matter? Like I have friends that are not plant-based, and I love them. I wish they would eat better because I hate seeing people I love not eat well. I worry for them. When I see that they're overweight or they have high cholesterol, health issues, I worry for them. And they know they can ask me if they need help. I don't proselytize. I'm not going to, push myself on them, but I don't judge them. But I also, but when they have us over, it's always plant-based. All of my friends are like that. And I even made new friends, like at a book club and everything. And one of them started having like coffee brunches, and she makes them plant-based. And I'm the only plant-based person in the whole group. And she always makes them plant-based. Like I never even asked her. And she's like, it's fun. I love it. And so like be with people who support you and are kind and considerate. And if they're already in your life and you're feeling iced out, invite them and connect, but don't assume it has anything to do with your food. It's unlikely that it's really about food.